So of course, the perfect rubber base set starts with nail prep. But I want to show you this was the end result. I did do some nail art, but I'm not going to show it in this video. I just want to focus on how to achieve the perfect rubber base nail set. All right, let's go. I have the Melody Susie e-file. So I'm putting mine on 5 RPM, and that's only because I have product already on my nails that I'm trying to take off. If you do not have product on your nails, please do not go in at 5. Go in at the lowest setting, which on this e-file is going to be 3. So once I get finished filing off the rest of that product, I'll go into nail prep with the rest of my nails. So I wanted to come back and show you me using my non-dominant hand. I know I'm kind of off camera a little bit, but you really have to kind of like turn your hand, work with the e-file. Like I'm kind of twisting my hand so I can get right up there on the edge of my nail. When you're using your non-dominant hand, it does take practice. It is some like skill building exercises that you can do, like brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand, using your non-dominant hand in your day-to-day life to try to build up that muscle memory. So again, when you're using your non-dominant hand, make sure you're moving the other hand around, working with whatever you're trying to do, whether you're trying to file, if you use an e-file or hand file. As you can see, I have my hand file right there from Young Nails, and I am really kind of going in there to make sure I prep this hand. Once you get finished with e-filing, we're going to go into shaping the nails. Please be careful not to shave off your sidewalls. Please don't do that. I didn't do this in here, but someone has done that for me when I went to the nail shop. So you're just going in, you try to line it up and keep it straight as possible and create whatever shape that you want. I did watch a few YouTube videos to try to learn how to shape the nails to my desire. So if you're not experienced with shaping your nails, I don't care how short your nails are, watch a few videos, learn like, okay, this is how you make the box shape, this is how you kind of curve the edges. Okay, I want almond, I want coffin. There's so many different shapes. So just go to YouTube, y'all. You on YouTube right now, search how to file nails, how to create nail shapes, and I'm sure you'll see a few videos pop up. So in order to have the perfect rubber base, we have to have the perfect shape, okay? After you get finished shaping the nails, you're gonna go in with an alcohol pad. You don't have to use an alcohol pad. If you have alcohol, you can just use it to wipe off the nails. You wanna get off as much dust as possible. So you really see me going in there like kind of scrubbing the nail, making sure that it's clean and it's ready for product, okay? So I will be using a VBeautyPure Rubber Base, and I'm just showing you right here what it looks like. Very cutesy. It's just like a pink color. And I thought I was about to go in, but I forgot I did not add nail dehydrator. So you want to go in with nail dehydration to get the process started. So I'm gonna be right back. Don't let nobody lie to you. You do not need a expensive nail dehydration. I have the Model 1 nail dehydration, or dehydrator. But if you go down to your local beauty supply store, I'm sure you can find something for like 99 cents. I'm gonna put this on all of the nails to dehydrate the nails, making sure the nails are ready for product. And then next, I'm gonna be going in with Bond. This time I used the VBeautyPure Bonder, the Super Bond. When I tell you this Super Bond, the product don't budge, it don't move, okay? So Bond does help with the application and the longevity of the nails. We are finally ready for product. And again, this is the VBeautyPure Rubber Base. The first layer, say with me y'all, is always the slip layer. This layer helps guide the rest of the product. So please make sure you're being careful as far as the side walls, not over flooding your side walls, because when you go to put the big bead on there, it's going to go wherever you put this slip layer. So we are doing this slip layer nice and thin. We're not building up anything right now. Once I get finished adding the slip layer to all the nails, we're coming back to the thumb. If you don't know how to do the bead method and try to push it like towards the back of the nail bed and then, you know, swipe it left to right to get it down, you could just do kind of like a thick layer that you're trying to brush on, but also kind of float a little bit. So I'm showing you right now, like if you're not a pro at this thing and you don't know how to, like, you know, do the whole bead situation, just put it on like polish. Okay, put it on like polish. Make sure the nail is facing downwards, because we don't want to face it kind of the thumb going up, because it's going to just get everywhere as far as like into our side walls and into our the back of the nail. So you see that my finger is pointed down, and I'm adding more product, a nice little layer to it, to try to build it up to protect the natural nail. I know it's a little blurry, y'all. Work with me, okay? So you see, beautiful, cause you're beautiful. Ooh. So next, if you need more product, go back into the bottle and add more product. I don't know what I'm doing here, y'all. Hold on, let me come back. Okay, so boom, I'm back. So I'm gonna go in with a bead, and for the people who do know how to do this, you go in with a bead, you kind of push it back. You see I'm pushing that back right there, and then you float it from left to right. The main thing I learned about floating, you want to keep it in the middle, because it's naturally is going to start to go into the side walls. So don't think you have to get extremely close to the side walls, because that's how you end up over flooding it. So again, you want to just push it back, swipe left to right to kind of get it going across the nail. The nail is still in the downward position, okay? The finger is in the downward position, because we do not want this everywhere. Now, I'm being lazy right here, because usually you see people go in with a fine brush and kind of make sure the sides have product. You don't have to tap your thumb like this. Don't ask me why I'm doing this. But you turn the thumb over, and what you're doing is you're leveling out the product. VBeautyPure Rubber Base is self-leveling, which means it is going to correct itself, get rid of all the bumps and lumps and things like that. Also, before you go in and flash cure any product that is on the skin, we want to go ahead and get rid of that. Any little quirks that you see, I noticed that, okay, I need a little bit more product, and then I just add it on. When I'm doing this step, I do nail by nail. I put the product on, see what it looked like, turn it over, and then I flash cure, and then I move on to the next nail, because it is always moving. So I don't be working on another nail and lose the shape and the work that I just put in. going to show you the process again in real time. So some people do like to go in with the product as their base coat, cure it, then put the slip layer on and put the bead on top. Some people just do the slip layer, then put the bead on top because they have the bond. Some people do use base. Some people use a peel-off base. You decide what you want to use based on how long you want these nails to go to work. Not to work. I mean, they are going to be putting in work, okay? So I did it where the base was the product. I cured it and then I went in with another layer. So this is me going in with that layer before I put the bead down. So this is my slip layer right here. Okay. So once I have that on, okay, it looks good. It's fine. Then I'm gonna go in with the bead. You don't put the bead right up against the back of the nail. You kind of come back a little bit. You push it in there, kind of like a pillow motion, and then swipe side to side. You see, I'm not going all the way down into the side wall because the product is naturally going to go there, y'all. Come on now, act like you're listening to me. And then from there, you can take a small brush and perfect the sides. Don't use the applicator like I just did. Just go in with a brush. It'll make it easier on you, okay? I wanted to come back and tell you I'm working with my non-dominant hand right now. I have my thumb resting on my index finger to support that thumb and give me some stability. If you have like an armrest, you can put your thumb on top of that as well. That may be very helpful. We're going to do the same process we did for our other hand. And when I say my non-dominant hand, I'm talking about the hand that I'm working with is the non-dominant hand. So right now I'm working with my left hand. I'm just going to move slower. Use the other fingers to support that thumb or support whichever finger that I'm working on. So when you're done applying the rubber base, you can, once you cure everything, you can go in, kind of buff the nails to get it smooth. The rubber base is thin, so if you're going to do this, go on top of that rubber base layer with like a clear rubber base layer or a builder gel layer, so you're not buffing away your product. This is something that I did wrong every single time. Okay, till it finally hit me like, girl, you're buffing away all of your hard work. So if you want it smooth, you don't have to use a 180 grit. You can just use the little cubes that have the buffer on there. Use the buff part. I'm using the buffer part to the Young Nails file, the hand file, because they have a buffer on the bottom part, and I'm just smoothing it out because I want my nails to look very smooth, very sharp. Okay, it's not necessary, you know, if you did such a perfect job, not a perfect job, but if you like your work when you floated the product, so be it. Me, I want it just a little bit smoother. Okay, once you get finished smoothing the nails out, if you decide to do this step, the next is just going to be add your top coat. You can see right now on my index finger, I buffed out a little too much to the point where I kind of lifted the product. So please don't do that. Once you get finished, add your top coat and you're good to go. So we're just gonna add top coat. I'm gonna do the other hand and I'm gonna come back with the finished results. And then from there, if you want to do designs, you won't be adding your top coat right now. You'll go in and you'll add whatever designs that you want to add, then put your top coat and cure it. But this is good for me, y'all. This is good. Sometimes it's okay to keep it simple, okay? This is the final results. Yes, y'all, yes. Look at that. Stop paying these people all this money to put an overlay over your natural nails, okay? They'll be charging you $60, $70. We can do this. We can figure this out. We're going to do this together. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If something I need to focus in more on, just let me know, okay? So after you do your top coat, you can wipe it down with alcohol. Right now, I'm just using an alcohol pad, but you don't have to, but I do, just in case it's a little sticky. Usually it's not with the non-wipe top coat. So I'll come back and I'll go over like different products, non-wipe top coat, wipe top coat, all the things. But for right now, we have cute, classy nails that did not cost us 60 bucks. Rubber base at Pure Beauty is like $16 and some change. A e-file, I mean, we don't have to do an e-file. You can do a hand file that's like 99 cents. Like, we can keep this inexpensive or we can go all out, get you an LED light and have fun. This is a fun experience. Let it be fun. Enjoy it. You're not going to be perfect. This is not going to be perfect, but the goal is to do some of our maintenance at home, save a few bucks, and fall in love with ourselves. So thank you. Hope to see you again.